Hello everyone, welcome to APPA Public School. This is your IT teacher Shashidhar SK. In last class, we were studied about chapter 12 and 13. So regarding how to create the relationship between the two tables and what kind of relationships are there, one to one, one to many and many to many. And in the chapter 13, how to create a query and how to retrieve the data from the database by using the SQL commands. So these things we have studied in a last class. In this session we are going to understand how to create the forms and what are the forms, what are the reports, and how to create the form, what are the uses of the form, and how to generate the reports which is available in your database. Right, let's begin that. Let's begin Unit 3, Database Management System. In that, Chapter 14, working with forms and reports. So first we'll go with the forms. In general, form is printed or typed document with blank spaces for insertion of the required or requested information. For example, when you are taking the when you are going to take the admission in a school or any college, they will give you a form to fill up, right? After taking that filled form, they will keep all the records in their record books, in their database, right? So it acts like a database. So form is, we can say, it is an interface between the database and the user. In the same way, Access provides forms which prompts the user to provide information that can be fed into database. So whatever, it's an interface, whatever you are giving the information in the form, that will be directly stored in the database or a table, right? The data can be inserted, updated and deleted in your database using a form, right? These operations can be done, and it will be displayed only one record at a time, right? Access provides three main views in which form is displayed. What are those three views? First one is a form view, a design view, layout view. In a form view, so this view is used to enter or edit the data. There we cannot do any changes in form view. We need to provide the data which whatever you are going to store in database, that should be added over there. And next is a design view. In this view we can change the appearance of the form, we can adjust the design of your form. And the last one is a layout form or a layout view. This view is used to change the look and feel. Here we can change the layout of the text boxes or labels or buttons. So these layouts can be arranged over in this view, right? So let us see with practically first how to create the form and how to add the records and how to remove the records and how to search and how to modify and how to change the appearance of the form, like background color, right? And we can add the header, image or a logo, right? So these things we'll see that practically. Let's open the MS Access. So here it is, just open it and create the one more database. Take the blank database. Here you can define the name for the database. I'll take name as APPA. Click on create, and we need to create a table first. Go to design view, define the table name, info, I'll give the name, click on OK. So here we need to define the attributes. First I'll take a roll number or a student ID also. Student ID, and it should be number data type, student name, it should be text, and father's name, and this also text, and class, it should be number. Next section, and it should be text. So these fields I want to create table for these attributes. Just click on save, go to datasheet. So here we can see the table, right? So next is how to create the form. Just click on create, and here in a forms group we have many options. In that, take the more forms. So directly we can go with the form, right? Before going to that, we'll see the what are the steps to be followed to create the customized form. First click on form wizard under more forms option, right? Click on form wizard. So here what fields you want to insert in your form, that we need to add over here. So student ID, yes, and the student name, yes, father name, class, and the section, right? Just click on next, and here columnar, tabular, datasheet, and justify, these are the different layouts of the form, right? Just I'll go with the you can see the changes when I'm clicking on a tabular, it is changing the icon here, so it looks like this. Datasheet view, when you're taking this layout, it will look like this. This is the cross tab, we can say. So this is the justified. I'll go with the columnar. Click on next, and these are the themes like this. You can, the appearance can be changed. Just go with this. Just click on next, and here the two options are there. One is open the form to view or enter information. If your designing is over, whatever the customization is completed, then you can go with this option, or else you want to make some more changes regarding design, then you can go with the modify the forms design. Just click on finish. So here we got the form. So this is the way of creating the form, right? Let's try to add some records. So student ID is 101, the student name Akash, and father name Santosh, the class is 9, section is Amarja, right? So next, how to save it? Just click on here, new blank record, click on it. So here we can see or observe 2 of 2, that means the first one is saved. So every time we need to click on the save also, then it will be stored in a database. Again, student ID 102, student name Ajay, Santosh, class 10, and section Bhima, right? Again go with the next new record. So student ID is again 103, student name Anand, Amar, class 10, and section is Bhima, right? So 3 records we entered. How to see that? Just go with the student info. So it is not showing. Just click on save, and even it will not show. Just close this table, and again just double click on the table, you will get the data. So now it is updated, right? Got it. And the next is how to search the data. So here we can search here. I want to search Anand, right? You got the record which is matching the keyword, right? And the next, how to modify the form, how to change the design of the form. So instead of this color, I want to change with other colors, and instead of a white background, I want to apply some colors in a background. So how to do that? Just go with these are the different views in this first one I'll go with the layout view. Just click on it. So here I can resize the text boxes or labels like this. So we can change the layout of the text boxes or any buttons or any text box. So these things we can be done in a layout view. And the last one is the design view. So here we can design the form, right? So here just double click on it, the format, and the back color is here, and instead of this color I want to take this one, right? So now we can see the form view. So background color is changed. This is the way of changing the background color. In the same way, header also. So just double click and change the color, and again go with the form view, right? So this is the way of creating the form and modifying the form, right? And what is the left again? Searching over, modifying over, changing the background color and the properties of the labels. Okay, so these things are related to form, right? So practice these things in your system. So these are quite easy to understand. You can practice it, you will come to know. The next one is, okay, next is working with the reports. Okay, as I have given example for form, in the same way, when all the records are taken from the students, a single form is taken from the student, that form, whatever you are given in that form, that information will be copied to the database like a ledger, right? So manually I am comparing it, so that will be all the students record will be available in that ledger or a record book, right? And afterwards, if you want to, we can create the or generate the reports regarding that, about those informations, like who are came the admission for the particular class, for 9th admission, how many are there, just we can generate the reports like that, right? It is a summarized and organized data, it is, right? So all together we can generate it in a report. More than one record will be available in the report. A report is a summary of your database. It is an effective way to organize and summarize the data of viewing and printing. So whatever all the data is available in your database, that can be retrieved as a reports. All together we can retrieve. And it consists of informations obtained from tables or queries and presented as per the user's requirement, right? Which fields we want, only that fields can be retrieved and can be generated the report. The next is, a report is divided into the following sections. So what are the sections? One is a report header, page header, details, and the page footer and a report footer. In a report header, we can add the title of your report or a logo or organization name. So like this we can add over there. And the page header, so the headings can be added over there. And the details, so this is the main working area. So that is all the records are available in this section. And the page footer is used to add the page numbers to all the page, right? So such things can be added over here. And the last one is a report footer. At last it will show some analytics like bar chart can be inserted, or the summary of that total number of records and grand total we can display over there. So this is the report footer. So these are the sections of the reports, right? So next is we'll go with the practicals. First one is creating and editing. So only these two can be done over here, right? First we'll go with the creating the report. We'll take the same table for creating the report also, right? So here the access, just click on create, and here we have reports group. In this we need to go with the report wizard, click on it. So here what columns you want to add: student ID, student name, and the father name, class, section, all together I want to display. Just click on next. So do you want to add any group levels? Yes. So all the sections are added, and here we can group them. Particular attributes can be grouped, and based on that we can retrieve that. Click on next. So here ascending, that means a rule number should be descending, and the rest I don't want to apply any things to that. Just click on next, and here the tabular justified columnar, here we want tabular because we are generating the reports, and it should be so that here means the roll number should be displayed over here, and the name, class, section, like this it should be displayed in a tabular form. That's why I'm taking tabular form, tabular layout. Just click on next. So again this is the design purpose, just next. The same thing, so preview the report or modify the report design. If you want to make change in the appearance of the reports, then you can go with the modify the reports design, or else if you are done all the designings, then you can go with the preview the report. Click on finish, right? So this is the way of generating the report. All the students student ID and student name, father name, and class sections are available here. So you can see that the rule number are we have selected a descending order. That's why it is showing 103 on the top, and 102 and 101 likewise, right? So this is the way of creating the reports. Just to close the, so directly we can take the print of these reports, right? So the print preview window is opened, right? And just click on a print, and you can go on take the printouts, right? Just I'll close this one. We'll go with the edit option. So this is the report header, page header, details, page footer, and the report footer, right? So these are the different sections. So you can change the background colors, and you can add the logo and the page numbers. So these things can be added. So this is the way of editing the report. So let us change the background color, right? Just double click on it, it will be displayed in the property sheet. Okay, it's not visible. Go with this, right? Again it is dark. Okay, it's too dark, right? So now we can go with the report view. So it looks like this, right? So this is the way of creating the reports. So this is all about chapter 14. I hope you have understood all the concepts. So this is a small chapter only regarding forms and the reports, and how to create the reports, and how to create the form, and how to search and modify the data. So these things comes in this chapter. So this is the last chapter. That means unit 3 is completed, right? Thank you, one and all.